Hello everyone, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia. I hope you are all having a wonderful start to your week. I do humbly apologise. I did say I'd hopefully get a chance over the weekend to go live because I only had one video last week. Unfortunately, Taxman got in the way and I had to get everything together for my tax, which is now done. That appointment was this morning and is now done. Taxman's happy, we're happy, life is all good, and I am coming to you as a special treat with some brand new products. So I know this is backwards. This is the Feathered Fun stamp set, which is coming up in our new annual catalogue, and it was requested that I use this stamp set today. So that's what I'm going to do. We may be using our dear friend Google to look up some colours, but I also thought I may bring in some of the new in colours to colour these, and I want to talk to you a bit about this stamp set because all the solid images match up with the detail images, but they don't match up in the way you think. So yes, this is also a reversible stamp set, so we will go over this when I am facing the desk, and we will go over it. But we are playing with Feathered Fun. Not sure where I'm going with it, but we shall see. I also had some ideas about things I can put with Feathered Fun and all of that, and those ideas have now kind of gone out of my head. But that's okay, I still have one idea. But yes, that is what we're playing with today. So tell me, were you able to get crafty on the weekend? I put together some class kits that were hanging around. Hey Jacinta. Yeah, I put together some class kits that were hanging around, so they are out of my cart now, which is great, ready for the next class. And that's what I'm doing, because my next class is Saturday the 27th, I want to say. I'll have to check on my iPad when we grab it out. But are you into birds? Do you like the Feathered Fun stamp set, or do I need to show you more? Okay, let's flip around and we shall see. Hey Beryl, how are you? Okay, let's get ourselves set up here, watching the replay as well, because that is going to be helpful in the whole scheme of things and me being able to see your comments and questions, etc. Okay, so it's good. I'm already seeing comments. That's wonderful. Let's pop you in here. I'm not all tech fancy smancy here. We're still pretty primitive, but that works for me and the way I do things. I'm going to leave this as is for a second and go and turn off my lights. Okay, so now we won't get any shadows, and I feel the camera is pretty much in the right place. We're nice and clear. All of those things are done. There we go. So, Feathered Fun. I did say this is a reversible stamp set. As you can tell, this is most definitely my first play, because I haven't even mounted the stamps into the stamp case. I always just throw my plastic in the bin, because I like to store them in here. So what we mean by a reversible stamp set, I'm just going to have to carefully pry this off. because if you pull too hard on your photopolymer stamp sets, you can actually stretch them. So slow and steady wins the race. So I have our lovebirds here. So on this side, I have the detail. So this one, this side stamps this side. If I flip it over to the smooth side, I then stamp the shadow or the full colour behind. So there are a couple of ways we can use this. Now, I'm sure everyone's there going, Ellen, you have other birds here, and I'm not sure they are actually going to match. So we have our two budgies, parrots, whichever way you want to say it, and the shadow for this parrot matches the detail on this one, and vice versa. The solid matches this one, and same with these little birds. So this one matches this solid, and this detail matches the other solid. Oh, no crafting. Oh, I'm so glad you had time to go live this morning. Yes, so obviously these two pairs of birds, they match their solid image, and then it's opposite, like the birds for the branches there, and for our leaves, and obviously our heart is symmetrical. So let's pop this together so I find it easier to use. Now, I had a bit of a boo-boo this morning, cut my finger with a blade, and it did bleed a lot, but I'm too scared to take off the band-aid in case it keeps bleeding on me. Okay, so just carefully take these off. They're actually not super duper attached. Some of them I find are like so hard to take off. So this stamp set is going to be in the annual catalogue. Pretty sure I'll have to grab my annual catalogue and have a little look off to the side, because I'm not allowed to show you that catalogue, yes, but be rest assured, when the catalogue goes live, I will most definitely be sharing a catalogue walkthrough, and I think we have online exclusives on the same day, so I will definitely be sharing those. So now we've got the fiddly bits, so just want to pop those down here. That's one. So does anyone do any of my demonstrator friends already have this stamp set? Oh, wait, that was the right way in the first place. I bought it because Lavender's girlfriend Joy has beautiful cockatiel named Bella, sorry. She's very feisty, and I just thought I could not buy this, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying Jacinta earlier, my crafting on the weekend was more assembling, but after doing lots of paperwork and spreadsheets and stuff like that, it was lovely to get to something creative and not deal with, not have to deal with those tax things. Hey Bev, how are you? Just popping this together, and then we are going to play with the sets. So, question. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Thank you. Do you want me to play with the lovebirds or the parrots? Or do I maybe show you, I'll make one with the card and the other ones I will stamp. One more to go. I'm just trying not to fling it off and lose it, because that is something I would like not to happen. I don't think I have ever permanently lost a stamp. Now, I will touch some wood in my room now that I have said that, because I have definitely jinxed myself. Okay, so everything is in here. I'm going to grab down some paper, because I think, although that's a very nice card front size, I think. So that is, oh, it's a bit smaller. 13 by 10. Just going to trim it down. I think this was for another sized card. So 13 is 2 centimeters down. So we're going to have a lovely mat on this one, and then 2 centimeters down. Okay, so that is going to be a correlating smaller piece for our cards. Okay, so no one has told me exactly what they would like. I'm thinking I may go super simple and just stamp the lovebirds. And I think they remind me of peach faces. So I'm actually going to do a bit of Googling here. And go into, I haven't got it. Yes, I do. Let's go into lovebirds, because I wouldn't mind combining some of, oh look, these ones. These are the ones I'm thinking of. Yeah, rosy faced lovebird. So I'm definitely thinking of grabbing in some of our new colours, which is the Darling Duckling and the Timid Tiger. So popping those two colours together. Now looking at the green, I don't know, shall we try some Shy Shamrock? Or are we a bit more garden green? Or granny apple green, actually. I'm not sure. I'm just going to see if I can open this right up. So I can definitely see the Timid Tiger in that there. But this granny apple green, it is darker than the label, which is kind of putting me off, but that's okay. Letting Google be our friend here, and maybe, because I used to have a peach face when I was younger, and maybe some touches of early espresso. So I'm thinking of possibly doing some blending on this background to colour these in. Granny apple green Margie, thank you. Okay, so what I think I want to do first is pick this up and stamp it. No, that is not going to work. Just actually need to pop it on a piece of paper. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to pick it up. And I'm actually thinking of stamping in early espresso. I may live to regret this, but I'm hoping not. Please pray for me. Okay, so I want something dark, but something that's not black, if that makes sense. Now, I haven't conditioned this stamp at all. This is brand new. So, I'm thinking, I have a piece here that I can grab. Oh, that's stamped beautifully, except for some dodgy inking up, but that's stamped perfect. Just what I needed. Okay. Wonderful, great. So I did see this stamp set demonstrated whilst I was on stage in Brisbane in March, and they did some great things with it. So I think I want to go somewhere around here. Okay, it doesn't matter that they're a bit off to one side. That doesn't bother me at all. What I do want, though, is my cleaning chamois. So this is the chamois that we sell. It is notably more purple when you use it. Okay, so now that I've done the outline, I want to carefully, just very carefully, take this off and turn around. Now, I'm hoping this is going to work, but I'm going to be using my mini blending brushes here, and just remember, whoops, I did shut that down. So we are using this image as our inspiration, okay? So this is our reference image. So I'll kind of bring that in and out. So I think I'm looking for more of, in this area, definitely more of the Timid Tiger, which is one of our upcoming in colours. So I have a bit of I do have a yellow and an orange, and I have a green. What else do I need? Do I have a brown? I do have a brown. So I think all the other ones I won't be using, but because we're working with a small area, I kind of want to do this, okay? So this is not going to be perfect, but I do want to have this on the white so you can see where I'm going and what I'm doing. Oh, they were Jacinta. Oh, now this is a new ink pad that I can guarantee you I haven't opened. So I'm popping my scissors in and I'm just twisting. So that saves a lot of my finger strength. So this is, I've been told, and I think Bev will agree with me here, that our new ink pads are fairly juicy, because I know she was using them not that long ago. Okay, so I have, and I haven't put my stickers on the middle, like on this piece yet. So Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger. So I just want to oh, that's very kind of juicy. So what I want to do is add some colouring just around here. Okay, now I'm going to take my orange one, Timid Tiger, and I'm just going to be wanting to use this front edge. Okay, and I'm just wanting, and I can see it there, just wanting to get this area in here. Now, don't worry about not getting it straight away. The ink will dry a little bit, but we are actually going to rehydrate it by huffing on it. So you cannot huff on an image without making a sound. Just trust me there, okay? Because now everyone's going to try it. Okay, so you can see here, it's not perfect, but I have added in that softer colour, which is exactly what I wanted. So I could, and I think I might like, although I'm going to start with the yellow, because always go in with your lighter colours first. And yes, I just went in straight from the ink pad. So giving myself a bit more saturated colour this time. And I'm definitely able to see, and I'm hoping you can see as well, where I am adding that colour. So better to start light and add more than to add too much and be overdone. Okay. Oh my word, I nearly dropped that. So I can use the lines on this to line this up. So you can see there, I've just got more depth of colour, which I am actually very, very happy with. So I think I maybe want to pull in a little bit of Poppy Parade for their beaks. So because I'm using normal paper, as in normal basic white cardstock, I don't actually want to use an aqua painter or anything. So I've just grabbed in a blender pen, and I'm just going to take some ink from the corner and just come in and colour in their beaks. I'm also being particularly careful because I have used a non-water fast outline colour, so I haven't used black. Now you can see that ink in there, and I am just going to scribble that excess ink out. So we're building up our colours. Okay, so I have stained this, but I have no more ink, and I can definitely recap that and use it with any other colour again because I've scribbled out that ink. Okay, so just going to leave my ink pads open for the moment. Am I tempting fate? Absolutely, but I'm going to come in with our Granny Apple Green. So just let me, I don't think there'll be any excess, just the tinsiest bit of excess ink here. Now I'm not removing any of the colour that is already there. So if there is any more colour, it will just transfer. And because we're using the blending brush, you're inherently getting lighter application than inking this whole solid area up. And as we know, we can definitely add more layers. So I'm just going to start with this layer. I am going to huff. And I could definitely be doing this solid layer first and then adding the detail later, but I decided to do it the other way. Oh, that's gorgeous, but I do want another layer. What are we thinking about the colouring? And I'll give you a closer look at the Timid Tiger and the Darling Duckling. So it is a darker yellow. It's not, well, it is bright, but I think because I have blended it with the Timid Tiger, it's given it a bit of a darker look. I'm going down into here. Great. Now there is a little bit of colour in between their heads here, but I am happy with that. Rehydrate that ink. I find it easier to hold this ink this block this way, which is why I'm using it sideways. Thanks, Bev. Okay. Oh, that is beautiful. So now what I want to do, as per our reference photo, is just use a light going over of the early espresso on the bottom feathers. So this doesn't take very long to do it all. And then of course I'm going to bring back in that Poppy Parade. So this is our early espresso, and just want to pop that on the bottom. So if you don't know what colour some of these birds are, or you know of a bird that you want to use, definitely use reference photos. It's a wonderful resource to be able to use. And this, I can't even remember the name of my peach face. I wonder if my mum would remember. I don't know. That looks a little grey, so I definitely want to add a little bit more. Whoa. Okay, let's spread this ink out a little bit. There we go. So that whole big blob of ink has actually spread out quite a bit. I'm not going to huff on this. I'm going to see what type of texture I get. Ooh, I like that. That looks wonderful. So there we go. I'm actually really happy with that. Now, while I'm here and the ink pads are open, I am going to grab our little heart, because they're so adorable together, and I did ink that up properly. Oh, that's so cute. Do I want to, oh damn, I didn't notice that. It's okay, it will just stay how it is. Or I can add a little bit more green. That's okay. Because I can deepen up some layers around the outside here, just to try and mask what I just did in transferring that red ink. So that's okay. We can add more and more layers. That's fine. It does also add some definition to the outside. I'm not going to be able to fix that because it is red ink. Did we want to add like a branch either side. If I was hand cutting this out, I would even use the branch from the Delightful Wishes set, because that is a beautiful branch. It's a die. So what do we think? Maybe I just use the 2 smaller branches and I can just have them coming out of the side. I think that'll work nicely. I'm not sure what to use as a sentiment or anything like that. Bit undecided there. Don't know that I have very many like love sentiments as such. I did move just a titch, but that's okay. I did just throw this. Okay, I can see where it is. So it is actually very black, very, very dark. Not as I maybe wanted it a bit lighter, but that's okay. We are going to go with it, and I just ran my knuckle through the Darling Duckling in retrieving my stamp, which has now stuck to my desk. Okay, so I want that one to go that way. So just so they're partially on a branch. I don't want the branch to go all the way across, just so they've got somewhere where they're landing as such. And that kind of goes, it shows that it's less asymmetrical than what it actually is, because they are not centered on the card. Okay, I am going to try and find a sentiment here that I can use. Just a little thank you. That's actually really sweet sentiment. How tiny is it though? It's actually teeny tiny. But maybe that might go really nicely there. I am thinking of adding some blue, because then it looks like they're in the sky. What's our darling dinos got? You're the best. Oh, we do. I do have an I love you. The I love you might work. So I've got just a little thanks. I love you. Oh, I have with love. I have more love themed things than what I thought. How's that? No. No. And that's Christmas. Okay, I have... they're a bit big, I think, in proportion to the words. I've got a grateful for you, or... What are we thinking sentiment-wise, guys? I do have this one, which always goes, the miss you is really sweet. But I'd love to hear your opinions. Just let me grab a drink here. I kind of like just a little thank you. I just like the typewriter font in it, but I do have some love ones. A love themed card isn't something that I give all the time. Where a little thank you card, I think that will work so much better. Now, I am going to grab a much bigger block, and out of all the colours, I think I'm just going to see what it looks like. I'm thinking of using this Timid Tiger because it is such a beautiful orange. That, perfect. So it just brings in that orange. I've brought out the red, and I think I will use Darling Duckling cardstock somewhere on this. Okay, I think I'm finished with my open ink pads. So I just want to put my birds away because I know this little section next might just go slightly awry. I do want to add that little bit of blue sky to our birds. And then this has been a fairly easy card. Have you liked what I've shown you about using the reversibles? Because it's a fun way to colour without colouring directly onto the image, because in using the early espresso ink, if I blended over it, I'm at a really high risk of smudging the ink. Now that is a very new ink pad. There we go, that is closed. Needed a titch of persuasion. Okay, close this one up. And I just need to clean that up. That is all clean. And just so you know, when you order the new ink colours on the 5th of May, these stickers are actually clear. So when I show you these ink pads up against these ones, these are actually a white background sticker rather than being a clear sticker. So they do look just slightly different. Okay. So I'm just going to pop all of these aside. They've worked beautifully together. I will need blue. Where am I going to find my blue? And I actually have all of them away at the moment, which is a very rare thing in this little craft room. And I think I'm going to go balmy blue for my sky. Okay, so I shall bring this back. I've got a bit of a funny edge on this top, so I'm just going to very lightly burnish this down. Okay. Now that I'm blending on the edge, I'm working directly on my glass mat, or any glass surface that you have. Once upon a time, I used to have a glass top on my desk. I don't know how I studied on that, because let me tell you, I have a lot of issues writing directly onto glass. Maybe that's why I didn't like studying. Maybe that might be true, because I wasn't the most studious of students. I was okay, but I certainly didn't like studying. Okay, so you can see top to bottom we've got that little halo, and I'm going to just go all the way around just to give it that kiss of colour, because I'm not actually adding a background as such. I just want to keep this card really simple, and I do kind of want to go in here a little bit, but I kind of don't want to go too hard over here. so sorry for my husband's mobile phone there. And yes, that was from an 80s TV show, if anyone heard it and recognized it. Okay, I am really, really happy with that. So I think that's cute. Oh, no problems, Bev. Thank you so much for joining me. So let's make this little panel into a card after I clean my blending up, because we are going to add balmy blue to everything if we don't clean it up. So all I have to do is just spray a bit of water. I am protecting my image there, and just give this all a bit of a wipe down and a dry. I always over clean my area rather than actually then getting colour onto a space I don't want. Okay, love this, love, love, love. Now, I kind of wanted to go Darling Duckling, so just bear with me here. I haven't organised these yet, so they are still in the original packaging. So I'm thinking Darling Duckling for the card base, because that will really bring out the small part of Darling Duckling that is in there. Now, possibly, I know I'm kind of going Aussie colours here, green and gold, but just, let's just see how. Oh, thank you, Corinne. Hello. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Margie. Okay. So, I just seen what this looks like. That's not bad. I do want to add some orange though. So I'm going to cut this down into a card base just so we can get more of an idea of where we're going and what we're doing. Okay, so scoring lengthwise, cutting on the short side. Score, and then cut. I've just got to work out how I'm incorporating the Timid Tiger. I haven't seen this set used much yet, so, and I do have a bit of a challenge on my team leaders page that this month for the challenge we are making cards with no flowers. So I think this one might fit the bill perfectly. We don't even have any greenery. I could have added some of the leaves, but I decided not to. Just keeping it simple with our little lovebirds. I think I need to bring this down a little bit. I'm just going to bring it down by a centimetre each side. So hard having a band-aid on that finger. It's a finger I use all the time. I know it's better than having blood all over my project. Oh, Corinne, that is a very good idea. Just let me see size-wise and colour-wise. So do you mean in addition to or instead of, Corinne? It would have been nice. Now, That is showing the amount of Darling Duckling that I want. And then that's better. So we're not seeing as much green, but we are seeing the Darling Duckling. I think that looks much better. Let me grab the cloud cover. I'm not sure I need the cloud cover because cloud cover is actually really quite grey compared to the balmy blue that we used. This is actually quite grey, and I don't think so. It doesn't look right on that layer. Okay, I'm just, you know, playing around. This is the fun of getting new colours. You can play and see what works. I think it dulls the image. We're using the Granny Apple Green and the Darling Duckling really does brighten the image. Okay, Corinne, you can tell me what you're thinking after I've shown it, because this is a very grey blue. Okay, so I am very happy to stick with these, and then I don't know embellishment wise, so I've gone through and I have marked all my embellishments. I don't have, oh, do I have any new in colour embellishments? I'm not sure. We shall. You like the green beryl, I agree. I think it really pops, and because we've used lighter shades of the colours, because we used the blending brushes, I think they just work so well together. Okay, I do love the little heart. I love that we're not perfectly in the lines and it has that whimsical kind of look to it. And this piece I'm going to put on dimensionals. Okay. Okay, full sheet, or not a full sheet, but our large dimensionals here. Oh, housework completed. My dryer, because it's drizzling on and off today, has just beeped at me, which is awesome. Okay. They don't want to come off today. They are particularly stuck. But Corinne, we would never have known if you didn't ask. Do you know what it also is? It's my finger splint. It doesn't like it, and I'm doing certain things. That's better. So much better. I'm on a much better angle now. 2 more. Just for good luck. 1 and 2, and then we will line this up and try and get on straight. Who am I kidding? It's not going to be straight. Where is the offending blade that I cut myself with? Did I even put it back in the right spot? I don't know where I put it. It's my take your pick tool with the blade. Ah, there it is. I put it in upside down, so I was seeing this, thinking it was something else. How rude. Ah, oh, Corinne, the cloud cover would look really, really nice with that. And then the kids can experiment with all different colours of birds. Because we were told, Jacinta, do you remember what the little short ones, Emma, I think it was Emma, did tell us what they were called. I think they're a New Zealand type bird, possibly. I'm stretching my brain back a very long way. Seems like forever ago, all that information at on stage, and because I'm filming on my phone, I can't. Oh, it might be in my photos on my iPad, but it started with T. It was an unusual tea bird that I had never heard of before, actually. So I was quite surprised. Look, that's not half bad. Let's go with that. Now, I'm just going to check my embellishments. Now, I haven't written colours on these. These are neutrals. Neutrals will always work, but I don't have any blends to colour the vanilla or the white. So there's strawberry slush. Ooh, maybe these are the holographic resin dots. Let's see if we don't find anything that we can use in my upgraded basket here. Or do we need anything at all? We could just go embellishment free, which I know is a little, oh my god, but it may actually work. Now these are meant to be petal pink, but they are casting quite an orange, because petal pink does have a fair amount of orange in there. What orange is it? Oh, see, this is peach pie. Not quite. Just who knows what will be in my last chance list ones. Oh, we have some, no, I don't think coral or the shades of coral is quite right. Okay, and that is the end of the line. I don't have any timid tiger dots. That is the problem. There weren't any available during pre-order, which was annoying. But no, there weren't any available. So we can always put this on and see. Just thinking just something down here, nothing crazy. But of course, oh no, they're pool party. So these actually aren't half bad, but I'm not sure that, I'm thinking size-wise that big one's a little big. So like one here. Trying to see if I can get this big one anywhere. Yeah, that looks good there. And then, so petal pink for the win, because it's kind of just another, oh, not on the J, oh my dear word. There we go. What do we think of that? Does that finish it off nicely? Obviously, no one's looking at my boo-boo. No, that's okay, Jacinta. Not a problem at all. I just thought I knew you were there, so maybe you heard the same information I did. So, the holographic resin dots, they can just go into here for the moment. So, I have shown you today how to use this. So I've literally used one stamp for the detail, and we then used the back side of the reversible stamp without my hair and blending brushes to colour the image. Okay, so I've shown you how to use reversible stamps, and we did the same for our branch. I just used two different ones, and it looks like they're sitting on it, but I didn't plan it that way. And then we grabbed our sentiment from the terrific Toadstool set, just something little that didn't take away from our Peach Face Lovebirds. Now, these are called the Rainbow Adhesive Back Dots. So these will be available, they're available now, and they are actually staying in the annual catalogue. And they are a perfect, not match, but they're a perfect accompaniment to the Timid Tiger. So I was able to replicate using the Darling Duckling in the blending and the cardstock. I've blended and stamped Timid Tiger, and then I used Granny Apple Green and Early Espresso. So I didn't use any black, I just used the Early Espresso. So let's go through all of the colours we use, because I've used a couple of new ones. This is if I can grab them. So I've used a couple of new ones and a couple of old faithfuls. So we've used Granny Apple Green, Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Poppy Parade, Balmy Blue and Early Espresso. So that's what we have used. Please be reminded that our Feathered Friends stamp set and our two new in colours aren't available until the 5th of May, but I wanted to show you. So if you love it, yes, please do, Corinne. And I did use the small blending brushes. I didn't use the large ones. Definitely the small ones helped keep the colour contained in smaller areas. But everything else is available on my online store. But if you love the Feathered Friends stamp set, definitely add it to your wish list, and you can purchase it when the annual catalogue has been released. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't worry, you will be seeing this Feathered Friends stamp set more. It's just this was my first play today. So hopefully I will see you over on YouTube on Thursday, and have a wonderful couple of days. I hope you get time to do something crafty, and I will see you soon. Bye.